Imagine there's no heaven. It's easy if you try. No hell below us. Above us only sky. Imagine all the people living for today.
Imagine there's no countries. It isn't hard to do. Nothing to kill or die for, and no religion too. Imagine all the people living life in peace.
You might say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. Hope someday you'll join us, and the world will live as one.
Imagine no possessions. I wonder if you can. No need for greed or hunger. A brotherhood of man. Imagine all the people sharing all the world.
You may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday you'll join us, and the world will live as one.
Bonjour à toutes, bonjour à tous. Bienvenue à cette troisième journée.
Good day, everyone. Welcome to this third day of the UNESCO Symposium in Democracy, Global Citizenship, and Transformative Education. It is a great honor to be with you today. We chose Imagine by John Lennon, played by artists from very diversified parts of the world so that we can support children and their learning endeavors. Personally, it was also a gift for our dear Gina, who's presenting today, because she inspires us to dream and to hope. So you will discover her with us today, and it will be a great, unforgettable experience. Before diving into today's subject, UNESCO's
Le fait
chair wants to acknowledge the fact that we are organizing on unceded territories from the Algonquian Anishinaabe Nation and the Mohawk Kanien'kehá:ka,
est en
I'm sorry, everyone,
restant
of the Mohawk Nation.
cette
So we stand in solidarity and want to acknowledge the
Depuis
situation.
lundi, à chaque matin,
Since Monday, every morning, I have been reminding you that the
briller.
symposium's goal is to
Aujourd'hui,
inspire each other, to shine and to dream. And today, our common dream can hold us all together, coming from 50 different countries from across the world. So let's really take this opportunity to exchange um, and to make sure that our future experiences will be inspired by today's talks and experience. If you don't have the possibility to express yourselves sufficiently during the conferences today, you will have an option to come back at 3:30 Montreal time in the afternoon, so we may have more informal conversations and have conversations between panelists and participants. Every morning, you also have the option to use the interpretation function. So you can press on the little globe at the bottom of your screen, and you can choose the language of your preference. Friday, you will also have the opportunity to do a very special workshop that will really bring you to dig your both hands into the matter at hand so that you may really express yourself. You also have the option to go watch our conferences on the YouTube in a synchronous mode. So just for a small recap about yesterday's conference, we have talked about media relationship in the world and relationship to time. We see that there's a residue past and an emerging future that's constantly acting on time. We also have identified a relative emergent democracy, that's lied to the new technologies that are impacting our political world and our social lives as well. And for some people, this is a symptom of an illusion of liberty. And so we had a great presentation about this yesterday during the day that brought us to mobilize both on the humane and technological levels about the subject. And today, Caroline Manet from the Algonquin and French background. So she is from a Métis background, and her book is in the name of Progress, published in 2018, which is a reference to all the technological references in this piece of art, which aims to represent traditional Indigenous art. So I feel that those pieces are so powerful because it goes beyond the visual, and this artist is very, very inspiring, and you should absolutely check her out. Today, we will also have an opportunity to meet with panelists who will tell us about their Indigenous identities and all its contradictions and multiplicity. So today we really want to dig into transformative education. To me, it is a migrating from the citizenship status to the spirit of global citizenship. And here I am presenting a Brazilian piece of art from the artist Georgia Volpe, who so the title of this work is called Migrating Passage. So this is an exploration through time and space to help us think about how our learning processes are
de
tinted with
culture.
identity development and with cultural and community reference, and we are in perpetual transformation. We are also constantly defining and redefining ourselves. And on the left, you see that she used some cardboard to represent people who are changing, transforming, all the while staying themselves, but also undergoing a whole personal growth and transformation in their migration process. So it can bring us to Gina's entire philosophy and what she has to suggest to us as a citizenship dream. As a simple reminder, the symposium is meant to be a space of trust, respect, and exchange, and solidarity. So you may help each other express ourselves. And this little drawing here is meant to remind ourselves that freedom of speech is very hard to share and to share in the common space. So we really have to remind ourselves of the respect we have to provide each other in this intention. Education, whether it is in an informal or formal context, is always being brought by a messenger who has a pedagogical intent. And this intention is carrying a message. And this message can be received by 1,000 different ways by the learner, the person who is brought into this learning process. And the subject might be kind of a victim of this intention that they might not necessarily share. So that's what this drawing is meant to express, where you have this teacher speaking about peace, and you can see all the students who receive a different kind of perspective of this message. So that's what transformative education is to acknowledge that knowledge and skills must be transmitted in a context where the learner is a position to relate, whether by their cultural reference or by their personal disposition to hear this message. So it's always nice to keep those things in mind when we think about education. Another quite quick reminder of what's coming up for us today. We will have a break at 10:15. And we will begin again at 10:30, where we will have the privilege of having great presentations. The first on Indigenous knowledge and interculturality from Matthew Cook and Elizabeth Kane. In English, we will have participation. I'm having problems. By Ravinda Savinser. And we also have a Spanish presentation from Paul Carr, Felix Angulo Rasco, R.S. Laurencia, Juanjo, and Orlando Perez. So those will probably very rich presentations given in their respective language of choice. So all through the presentation, you can share your questions in the chat box.
Donc, avant de passer la parole à Gina, je voulais faire
Before giving the mic over to Gina, I just wanted to touch briefly on a transformative citizenship initiative that is inspiring to us. It is an installation by Peter Totter, who is an architecture artist from Berkeley in San Jose. And this piece is representing a wall between the United States and Mexico, which was brought up in Trump's leadership, during Trump's leadership. So to me, it is a piece of art, a militant piece of art that gives hope, which is suggesting a transformation of a formal political situation by rendering it informal through a renewed identity sense, where we see that human relations of complicity, intercultural solidarity can win some grounds and recover. So we can see that in this horrible context, we can still nurture hope for transformation.